In October 2023, I decided to check my financial life. It was a day I will never forget because I decided to pull all my investment together to see where my financial status is. And that's why I had a shock of my life because I knew at that point that if I had lost my job, I would have been in serious trouble. And that's why I decided to be very intentional about my investment. And the rest is history. What I'm trying to say is that when the year is ending, you have to sit down and assess from January to December how much you've made in finances. Yes, it's important you know that because if you don't know how much came to you and how much you spent in a year, you will not know whether you are rich or poor. And that's why I'm encouraging you today to sit and examine your financial life. Money is very, very important. We are living in an economic world and you cannot do without money. And I don't want you to struggle with your financial life. I am building my financial life so that I won't struggle. I won't let my family struggle. I won't let my children struggle. And I'm very intentional about it. And that's why I think that at the end of the year like this, we are in December, you have to start thinking about it. That's what I'm doing now. I'm planning 2026. What am I going to do in terms of finances if I have to get more money? How? What business am I thinking of? What other things can I do in addition to my job to generate more income? What am I going to do with my savings and investment? See, in the beginning of the year this year, I targeted 100,000 in a year, but at least I should be able to save 100,000 in my savings and investment, and I'm making progress. It's important we understand that if you don't have any goal and put systems in place to achieve that goal, nothing happens. When I set that goal in January, at that time I didn't know of certain apps. So I went out searching and I got to know some apps are available. That's why I got to know IC Wealth app. And I started using it to do my savings and investment. So you see, when you set a goal, you start thinking about how to put system in place to achieve that goal. Because but if you don't have any goal, you will not put any systems in place. Goals alone without systems to will do you nothing. And so as the year comes to an end, sit down and assess your financial life. You must do that. It's very important. If you don't examine your life, assess your life every year, you are going to be static. You are not going to make progress. You are not going to move to the next level. In fact, I check my finances every month. I do it every month. Just know my progress. I have to know how I'm making progress or not, so that I can, if I'm overspending, then I cut my expenditure and see the things that are not really important that I'm just spending money on. It's important we do that. So as the year comes to an end, start thinking. Don't just enter 1st January and go and chill and enjoy and spend all your money in December and start thinking. Then they say that January is like 3 months, and then you're also complaining because you don't plan your financial life. Now, technically, I don't struggle with school fees anymore because I've planned it. You see, you have children, you pay school fees, and you know the terms. You have to plan. You see, can you live your life anyhow? You're a student, they give you money, you have to plan. Money is important. If you don't have any, you are going to struggle. And so start thinking about your financial life for 2026. If you are stopping all borrowing, make sure you are not going to borrow. Make sure you're going to pay all your debt in 2026. Make sure you're going to save. At least have an emergency fund in 2026. They are important. You can't live without this. We are in economic world and money is important. Think about it and start thinking and planning about 2026 in terms of your finances. Yes, if you have a wife, sit down with your wife, sit down with your partner and discuss and see what plans to put in place to achieve your goals in 2026. But the Bible says two are better than one. So if you have a wife, discuss with her, discuss with your husband, and then start thinking about 2026, how you are going to excel in your finances. I'm Kusi Achampong. If you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe to receive notification when I upload a new video. You can as well like or share this video. God richly bless you.